I think it's working. Give it a
Oh,
second.
wait. I'm on both Twitch and that, so I'll tell you.
Is it working?
No, not yet. Just wait. Maybe it's taking a bit.
Moment of truth.
Yeah, I keep refreshing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, we're up. Hey, whoa.
Right, we're just gonna skip the intro and jump straight into it. Good evening, guys. Sorry for the delay. We had some major hiccups, but it's all working. We're racing at Valencia tonight. It's 5.4 kilometers, 25 turns. Ermis currently has the fastest qualifying lap, 132.9. The fastest lap overall in the race was 135 flat by Maxi Younger, who's joining me tonight. Sorry to not introduce him. He's here with Martin Jacobson. And yeah, how's it going, guys?
Brilliant. Very excited for the race. We don't know who's the favorite to win, so that's a new thing so far this season.
Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah.
We've got loads of back of the grid penalties from corner cuts during qualifying in Germany last round. Paul Magzire and Max Hammerlink, championship contenders, who are currently separated by 1 point in the championship. They're both at the back of the grid, and they'll be joined by Martin, Mario Lind, Alex DeMoney, David Bull, and Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah, and what makes it even more interesting is that it's a very interesting track, and it's pretty late change, so we're not sure what's going to happen. And considering we had every race so far a lead change in the championship, I wonder, with all the changes we had today and with the people back in the grid, will we have another change in the championship lead today?
Yeah, sorry to cut across, but yeah, that's a good thing that's worth mentioning is the fact that these drivers haven't had that much practice in Valencia. Technically supposed to be racing at Baku tonight, but due to some poor mods out there, hey ho, we're at Valencia again. Which these drivers have raced last season, so they've got some experience, haven't they, Max?
They do indeed. I think one thing to mention is that Dave Southwood, who is sitting third in the championship, he's number 47 with 47 points. He is qualifying today, so it could be his chance to maybe start a championship challenge this race.
Yeah, you're right there, Dave Southwood. He's not in a bad position yet. That's the fight is fight for first is separate by. I can't even talk. I'm so full of excitement tonight that I'm tripping over my own words. But what I'm trying to say is, even though he's a bit behind in the championship title race, he's not out of the question yet, is he?
No, not at all. We're not. I think we haven't even reached a half season yet, and he's only let me do a small calculation. 15 points behind the lead, and obviously qualifying today, so he might qualify, top 5, top 3, maybe even pole. So he could make up a good chunk of points on the other two, seeing as they're starting from the back.
Yeah, you're right there. And just going by the points, I mean, there's not much between the teams at the moment, especially in the midfield. A lot of drivers will be, trying to make the most of tonight, seeing as the hot shots at the back of the grid. As I wait for a set of Corsa to load up, we'll be going to qualifying shortly. I mean, we've already missed 9 minutes of it, but let's not waste another minute, hey?
It's interesting because I think pretty much the whole top 6 teams have a chance at the constructors, because we've seen teams have double top 5s, and then the next race 0 points, so it can go.
Yeah, I'm very excited, especially today. There's so much building up. We've had a real nice race last time around. It was very exciting. I still think we will see people like Max Hamlin wanting some revenge from last time around, and Max Sire from the back will still want to finish in the top because they are fighting for the championship. And I think we start to see a few people shine a bit extra much, but then again, none of them are in the top today. They're all in the back of the grid.
I think it's interesting. I think it's these type of races that make a champion, so to say. You know, if you can overcome a back of the grid penalty, you know, to finish fifth, fourth, third, you know, you can safely say that if at the end you end up as champion, you deserved it.
Yeah. Someone I've been looking a bit at is James May. He's been in the top, showing himself quite a bit recently, but was still to see him finish. So we'll see. Because James May, he hadn't had that high finishes so far.
No,
he's been fighting quite high up, but
his problem has been he's had quite a bit of bad luck and quite a bit of missed races. So he had pole in Australia, and then it got deemed he had an accident during race, and then on top of that his pole position lap got deemed as illegal, so he had to start from the back in China the next race.
Yeah, you're right there. He has had a lot of bad luck.
and
But
he didn't finish in China either there. So his only finish is actually last race in Germany in P5.
No, he's finished in Australia. He didn't he? Am
I have
wrong?
DNFs on my chart.
Oh, okay.
Well,
sorry.
let's stop looking at the past and look forward, guys. I mean, tonight the guys will be racing with a new compound. It's worth mentioning. So the C5, which is the softest compound, you'll be seeing a lot of these red stripe tires being used tonight. There's a red stripe, right?
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, Oscar Williams at the moment is currently fastest with a 134 flat. He's done that with a C4. However, it's worth mentioning that James May, that person we're currently watching at the moment, is currently on the C4 tyre. So it's predicted that there's roughly a second there's a second difference between the tyres, the C4 and the C5. But it's whether or not you can extract that time from the tyre.
Indeed, you know, a lot of drivers find it difficult to go to the soft tyre and get that second that the extra grip allows you. You know, because they either don't want to push or they can't push. They're not able to use all the grip. So it's gonna be interesting qualifying. No one, I've talked to a lot of drivers, and they're all doing different strategies. They're not sure of what strategy they'll do. I think even now in qualifying, they're still thinking.
Yeah, you're right there. I mean, it's worth going over the tyre strats tonight. I mean, we're looking at C5 to C4, C4 to C3, or if you're at the back of the grid, the C3 to C5 is a possibility. Even the C4, depending on like how well your performance was on the tyre, really. Go on, sorry.
Sorry, I think most people that will be starting on C5s or using the C5s at any point will use the C3 as the alternative, because the C4 just wouldn't last long enough to make it to the end of the.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, I'm sure all the teams have been doing their calculations, even with this short amount of time allowed to prepare for this. But anyway, I'm waffling now.
Coming up with 6 minutes to go of qualifying, we see this field is more spread so far than I think we've seen yet this season. Probably due to the quick last-minute change off the track there, but we see Oscar Williams quickest so far, 134.0. But then you look at the grid, it's very spread out.
I think you're looking at the track grip difference right there. It's gone up in grip. 34s are not representative times. You know, people have been doing mid 32s in practice. High 32s, sorry, in practice. You know, low 33s. So the track is still improving as we're speaking.
Right, yeah. With only 5 minutes to go, we want to see people out here now putting in the best as they possibly can.
As James May goes fastest and he breaks into the 33s with a 133.8. So well done to him. But I mean, Still early days. 5 minutes ago, as you guys have mentioned, the track's only improving. But whilst we've got a bit of time, why don't we talk about driver transfers? It's been pretty hectic over the last 2 weeks. Why don't you walk us through it, Maxi? What do you know?
So at Octane, we have had a good few swaps. We have had Golf. Golf Porsche has become Octane Porsche from this race on as our official development team, and we have of course reinstated DJB as a full-time driver for them, and hired Cyprian Stoyan as our second development driver, and as a reserve replacing myself, of course, because I'm here chatting with you, fancy boys. We have Oscar Williams right now in the car, sitting pretty in second, and as a result of that, Mathis de Wolf has gone to DAC from Golf Porsche. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and on top of that, we have a new reserve who is Prince, not the artist, the sim racer.
God rest his soul.
Yes, for Scuderia Rapidamente. Yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all the driver transfers. A bit crazy, a bit of a mouthful.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much ticks all the boxes. Smaller grid tonight, unfortunately, but I'm sure these guys are just going to put on as good of a race, regardless. It just means that I think it's going to make people thirstier, if anything.
I think it looks small because people haven't done the back. There's a lot of back grid guys, so they won't show up on the graphic you have.
There's still 6 people or so. I think I counted 2 that haven't put their laps in.
Yeah,
So there's still
so,
around 18 people.
It's a good amount. 17, 18 guys. You know, it's not bad for a street track.
And we're looking at it. 2 minutes to go. We really need to be looking into it now. We have multiple people now. Both Turner, May, and William breaking into the 33s. The next guy is up in the 35s, so still has over a second down between 3rd and 4th. But it is getting more even out throughout the field. With 2 minutes to go, we will see probably quicker and quicker laps coming in here now. Right now, Turner is sitting steadily though, 133.7 in P1.
Yeah, but he's currently down on his time. It makes sense because he's coming into the pits.
So this is the last 2 minutes. This is where we see the hot ones. You know, always either you've set your banker, you're sort of in your safe zone, so you go all out on this last one. So I think as soon as one of the top 3 prepares for the lap, we should maybe go on board with them.
Well, we'll see people exiting pits now.
Yeah.
I think Dave Southwards might quietly challenge right here. He's put in his first good lap, which is a mid 34, and I think he might be on the C4. I'm not sure. Can you confirm?
Who's this? Dave Southwood? Yeah, he's on the C4 tyre.
Yeah, C4.
Well, that's his
he's
best
on the
lap, at least.
Yeah. So he's on the harder tire that apparently has like a 8/10 to a second delta. So he might be interesting in the race. You know, don't discount him. If she qualifies in this position, we'll see. Oscar Williams at the top with a 33.5.
Oscar, we know Oscar is quick from previous. He's not been racing that much this season, but he's been very quick in other
series.
Yeah, other series. Thank you. Find the word there. Now we're gonna have to look at it. It's coming up to 45 seconds on the clock, so people are gonna be coming over the start finish line here.
As James May starts his lap, go on board with him. You notice a lot of the straights in Valencia aren't straight. They all seem to have a nice little bend to them.
Quick mention is that the DRS is open for the start finish straight, so people are gonna have to be real careful there.
A lot of track sponsorships getting shown off at Valencia. It's great to see. Our race director putting in hard graft. to make it look beautiful for you guys. I hope you appreciate that. Shout out to Carlis. As the timer has expired, all drivers currently on their lap have the chance to finish it. James May looking strong, but Oscar currently is the fastest. James May goes to the S section. I could not tell you where we are on the track.
He's driving beautifully. This is a good lap.
Yeah.
He's very smooth, very precise.
Do the hairpin. Keeps it together. Clips the apex. On the start finish straight now. Full throttle. Crosses the line. Second fastest. Oscar pipped him with provisional pole.
But Turner's
Now
coming
it's only Turner that can do anything about it.
Turner, who was up 4 tenths on his lap, is now down 7 tenths there, real quick.
I think this is it. I think
yeah.
we have Octan's first pole position. Octan's first pole.
Yeah, it looks like Christoph Turner's pulled out of this lap.
Turner was on a real good lap there, but he's pulling into pits. So there we have it.
Wow,
Nicola
that's
locks up there. Bit of oversteer as he loses control. Can nobody mention that I didn't catch any of Oscar's pole position lap?
this is he's yeah. I mean, I need to be impartial, but I can't. You know, I'm an Octan driver. This is amazing, amazing stuff.
It is amazing. It's a great thing to witness, and I should be cheering, but I'm just in complete dismay that I missed it. Anyway, well done.
Welsh driver for Welsh team getting
Yeah.
pole position.
It's good to see.
I'm kind of pissed off. I'm not the first to do it.
Hey man, there's still plenty of time. So Oscar goes fastest with a 1:33.5, and James May, unfortunately, a second off, or just over a second off there, 1:33.6. Christoph Turner, again another second off, 1:33.7, and then we're into the 34s with Dave Southwood in fourth, 34.6. Nicola Lay in fifth. I mean, there's barely anything between these drivers, to be honest. They're pretty nicely bunched up as the drivers line up on the grid. But can you quickly just run through the grid order for me, Maxi?
So we have Oscar Williams for Octan on pole. We have James May in second place. We have Christoph Turner in third. Very good qualifying from him. We have Dave Southwood with his season best in fourth. We have Nick Lay in fifth. We have
sorry to interrupt, but please remember to not press the steering wheel button. Please remember not to press the steering wheel button.
Oh, too late.
You know what to do, man. We have in sixth we have Janis van Dijk. In seventh we have Cyprian Stoyan. In eighth we have Matthew Klipp. In ninth we have Douglas Falcon. In 10th we have Mattis the Wolf.
And here comes
Cayman.
lights. Sorry to interrupt. Because we have 6 lights on,
Yeah,
and off we go.
it's a great start from Oscar. James May's on his right though, on his left technically.
And South was right there with him as well.
There's a contact at the back.
So, oh, and there's contact, and
Oh!
look at that!
Oh no,
Look at the Williams.
that's not what I
going-
wanted to see. Is that a race restart? I don't know. I think the race admin might have to step in there.
That's horrible for Williams. Now down into
That's
12.
That should be a red flag, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a
God,
lot of drivers
and
with
someone
damage there
else
from that.
standing there on the track. That's May is out, but yeah, and
Yeah.
that's a race restart right there. Wow, that was
The big one. Interesting. How did that happen? I can't tell.
I
did
believe.
Oscar get hit?
Oscar
I think
overshot.
Southward went down on the inside, and then Oscar saw him. They didn't contact, but I think he scared him a bit. But there's a race restart, so.
By the way, I love the predicted pit stop strategy. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, I forgot to turn off. Sorry. I don't know how to. This like flipping Streamlabs is updated and everything's all over the place. I'll turn that off. I do apologize.
So, hectic start.
Yes.
Really
Had
crushing it.
all this build up, and now we're gonna do it again. We get to see 2 starts, so that's a bonus.
And remember,
you know.
don't press the steering wheel. Here we go. 3, 4, 5,
Walk us
6
through it,
red
Martin.
lines. And off we go for the Valencia Grand Prix. Oscar again gets a very good start. James May goes on the outside, but can't have a look there. Oscar takes the lead into the first corner. May on the outside. Will he make it stick? May just avoiding the wall there, but they all make it through cleanly through the first corner this time around. As Oscar immediately inches out just a tiny bit.
It's worth mentioning that I think Prince made contact with somebody at the back. Alex the Money, there's a lot of people currently with damaged cars. Yeah, as soon as the lights went out, someone spun out, and I think that caught a lot of people off guard.
Flipped in the pits.
What's very, very interesting is that Magzar and Hamlin are already into the
That you cut out there, sorry.
Magzar and Hamlin are already into the top 8 from the back.
As Christoph Turner and Nick Lally go side to side. It's still going. I want to comment on one of them backing out, but they're still there.
They had to back out a little bit there. He is showing himself. Oh, and he goes up the inside again. Look at that. But he still again has to back out of it, and Turner goes right in front. But this will be a race that I can tell it will be so hectic. Williams already inched far ahead, with May almost 2 seconds behind now. Turner as well. So there's a big gap in the front, but looking back in the grid, they're tight sides from 4th down to 10th. Okay, go ahead.
There's barely anything between the top 10, to be honest. As all the drivers are in a concertina effect at the moment. But as you can see, there's 3 drivers in the pits at the moment: K-Man, David Bull, and what's his first name? Prince who, sorry?
Yes.
Yes, Prince.
Sting Prince.
That's not what David Bull wants to see in his first drive for Octane Porsche tonight.
Max are into 7th now, making a wonderful overtake on Van Dijk.
Do you?
Van Dijk is coming back at them though, sorry. Will he be able to do anything here, Van Dijk? Coming into the corner, Maxar is just so late on the brakes. Even though he is on harder tires there, Maxar, he's just really good on the brakes.
There's been 2 laps and Magzar is within 6 seconds of the lead.
Hamlin,
Keep in mind,
Hamlin has a moment. He gains a lot of oversteer out of the corner and gifts 8th and 9th to Cyprian Stoyan and Wolf. Sorry to cut across.
this is not what he wants. It's not what he wants. He needs to stay close to Magzar. He needs to keep himself in contention.
Wolf just backs out of it then. I can't even predict what's going on. These guys are all over the place. Wolf's having an issue.
Did he let him pass? What happened?
Think so.
Quite. I think he spun.
Wolf pits. So Wolf definitely having an issue there.
So far, Oscar Williams, fast lap of the race. He's just checking out in the lead. He's just pushing out.
How do I get the racing line off? What's the shortcut for that?
I'll get that.
No idea. Just I'm Google it.
I had it here just a second ago.
If you know, guys, send in your tweets to hashtag racing line, and we'll sort that out as soon as possible. Max Hamlin currently 9th at the moment, looking to make up from his back of the grid penalty, but looks like Paul Magzire up to 5th now. He's just getting away from him. He's just steaming through the pack.
stellar job from him.
Control I.
Control I, press start. Okay. Never mind. How do I change the intervals on the
Control D.
Control D? Awesome. As we
Ooh,
go.
as Hamlink is backwards. Hamlink's backwards.
Oh,
Hamlink's
no.
rolling backwards.
No.
So he's gonna be furious.
This is
Yeah, Hamlink's now. Oh, and he's hit the wall as he spins around as well. Hamlink in a nightmare race.
I think he's got like
he needs to
connection
be
issue.
careful.
I think
Yeah,
someone's
I
gonna
think
have to tell him
yeah.
to stop. Yeah, he
He has
knows.
stopped, and his Hamlink there. He's gonna be so mad about that. Having a bit of horrible race last time around with a major mistake, and
He's out of the race. That's the DNF for him.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's indeed it's
So,
not gonna be good.
yeah.
Maxar, on the other hand, up to P5, he's gonna be very happy. So that's a big contrast between the two of them.
Yeah, it's a big contrast, but you know, it's a lot of luck involved in these situations where you're trying to get through the pack. You know, Max made a few mistakes, you know, here and there, getting oversteer moments, getting re-overtaken. You can't allow yourself that when you're trying to overtake.
I think-
Max just kept his calm, you know, waited for a moment, an opening, and went.
I genuinely think he had connection issues because watching his onboard, it was just all over the place. Even when he had his incident, he was at 360 degrees spinning on the spot.
I agree.
It could be, you know, maybe that's why he was a bit more careful trying to overtake. I don't know.
Battle for 8th now. Mario Linde and Cyprian Stoy have been going at it for a while here. Linde is slowly creeping closer and closer to Stoyan here. And
Cyprian, you know, he hasn't had a very good qualifying record this season, but he gets these amazing starts, shoots himself into the top 8, top 7 every race.
Yeah, right then. This is great to see for Octane Porsche, their first race as a constructor. And David Bull has decided to have enough.
Bull also had a nightmare season so far.
Yeah, James May goes fastest with a 136 point something.
Linde
Three.
now goes side by side here with Stoyan into the first corner of the track, but he does not make the move stick. They keep on going though. I think this will be a battle for a while. We're gonna see
Yeah,
over the race. Oh, as Linde goes and cuts across the track there on the corner, but he backs out of it and he actually loses time.
Yeah, I think he realized he was off limits.
Yeah, but he also loses Niels Fischer there, so he drops one position instead of gaining one.
Cyprian, he's been getting himself a bit of a reputation for being a very good defensive driver. So it's quite satisfying seeing him up here.
I mean, that's one of the reasons we signed him. We saw potential in him, and he is, he's consistent. You know,
He is very solid. He's very consistent. No, that's not what I was laughing at. I was just saying, wanted to say he's been, you know, one of my. I've been sharing a lot of setup work and strategy work with him since day one. So it's for me, it's always satisfying to see him do.
Niels Fischer getting ahead of Mario Lind there. Nice camera angle, this helicopter cam. I like to use every now and then.
As we look, the field now getting very spread out here. I guess it's not too easy of a track. We do have Linde here though, again coming back at Fischer. Ooh, as he wiggles, will he make the move stick there? He goes a little bit deep, but he does make a nice move there, I gotta say.
The battles are very good. Who said Valencia was boring? Who said that?
I know, right? It's more of the it's more of the fact that it just looks boring. Just a lot of wall. Reminds me of Russia.
The thing is, you know, it's in Trout League, the tracks where supposedly overtaking is easy. We've seen less overtakes. The tracks where overtaking is supposed to be hard, like Nürburgring, in this we've seen more.
Yeah.
So it's quite an interesting dynamic.
Right. So let's change the subject for a second. I mean, we're coming up to that point now where people are going to consider pit stops. So, how about we talk about the predicted pit stop strategy, eh? Just want to get this guide out there for everyone to see.
Yeah, I think the C5 tire is supposedly going to last between 8 and 10 laps. Maybe even less for some of the guys, you know. The C4s are supposedly going to 15, and the C3s, I don't think anyone has tried to take them until their wear point because they supposedly are gonna last the whole race. So.
But
But
yeah, I mean,
interesting to see though that a lot of people are on the C5, this soft compound tire there, but we have Oscar Williams who's in first on the tire, so he'll have to use everything he can now before he goes into the pits.
Yes, this is the thing, you know. This is where the C4 is coming into its own. Right now, the C5s are going to start to drop off. The
North
C4 is
Fisher,
still.
sorry to cut across, but North Fisher has made the first official pit of the night. Not including those who had issues. But yeah, he's gone to the C3 tyre now, so that'll see him to the end of the race, hopefully, as long as he doesn't have any issues. Because everyone is on lap 7. It's worth noting that the C5 compound tyre, though it's predicted they'll last roughly 10 laps, they will overheat. So these drivers, though they have to try and push, they will also have to conserve at the same time. So it's all about balance. You don't want to push too hard.
Looking at lap times, though, it seems like Oscar Williams still pulling the same pace as the rest of the grid, all on his soft tires. So there might still be life in them yet.
I think he's been conserving quite a lot. He's not been going close to curbs. He's been quite, you know, managed. I think he's in a good place. This first stint has gone well for him, but of course we have a very, very long second stint, so that's gonna be the crucial part, I would say. You know, managing the C3 in terms of temperature. Apparently, the problem is opposite to other situations where people can't get heat into them instead of overheating. So it's gonna be interesting.
Douglas Falcon also pits. He's down to 11th. Should be okay though. The gap is pretty big from there onwards.
It's all about coming out and clean. Yeah, you know, this first pit stop phase. It's whether you come out clean or if you have a car in front that's on all tires.
I just saw Douglas Falcon cross the white line.
Worth mentioning here, looking at progress of these people, Max Sire done 13 moves up, and Linde actually did 10.
Yeah? Oh yeah, he did start at the back of the grid.
So it's been quite a bit of overtakes for these guys. Max are up in P4, which is crazy.
I think Linde has been advantaged a bit by some people pitting, so he's gonna, once he pits, he's gonna drop 2 positions.
But Max are up into P4. I mean, this just shows what caliber.
He has done very well. This is it. This is what we've seen at Bahrain with Hamlin. He did the same. He got past everyone very quickly in the first 3 laps, put himself into that position, and now he's going to be challenging for.
Yeah. So, I'm just waiting for Oscar here to pit.
Just generally the front runners, you know, we could see James May pit first and then perform an undercut, so that's going to be exciting. It's going to be about turning on those C3s quickly to get a quick outcome.
And I have gotten some inside information here that Max Hamlin, of course, as we thought, he retired due to very heavy damage on the car. So it doesn't seem like it was connection issue per se, but very heavy damage.
Max overtakes the first blue flag car, and surprisingly the Scuderia Rapidamente didn't hold up Magzire, considering Nicola Lay, his teammate, is right behind him. So I'm not saying he should, but you know, sometimes some drivers do tend to get their elbows out at least. As
I-
James John, sorry
Ooh,
to
what?
cut across, but Jan van Dijk, oh, he makes contact, no! Mario Lind managed to keep it together though. It's not too bad, might be a bit damaged, but yeah, Jan van Dijk spins out there. And he's, oh god, that doesn't sound good, he's just max revving now. You hear that?
That does not sound good at all. There is definitely something wrong with the car. Oh, but it seems like he is getting gears in now.
And the pits, Oscar's pitted, Christoph Turner's pitted.
So as predicted, 10 lap.
He makes it out just behind Dave Southwood. Will he hold him up? That's the question. Most likely, at least for a bit. Dave Southwood, I mean, Oscar's pretty much sandwiched between DAC drivers here, so
This is not what you want, you know. James May is possibly gonna profit from this. This is gonna be interesting. James May pits. It might be very, very.
this is why you need a race engineer to consider in the future.
And as Oscar has a little sliders, I might not really be happy on these tires quite just yet.
Full tires.
Yeah.
So Oscar's made the switch from C5 to C3.
I think that was the strategy. I talked to him before the race. He said he was going to do that. So I think he's on C3 right now. He needs to get the heat into them, and then try and get past Dave as quick as possible to not get
Held up.
overcut by.
Alright, yeah. So Dave probably going to see his tyres out for another 8 laps or so. Not even that. But he won't be considering pitting just yet. That's for sure.
Looking at Lay here, it seems like he's actually catching, just not up there yet. Or sorry, they're falling off. Magzar's tire is really falling off here. So Lay actually catching pretty quickly now.
I think James May just matched his personal best right now. I think he realized what's happening. I think he knows Oscar's can.
Oscar's gaining.
Needs to push.
He's going for a move. Decides against it. Needs to make something happen though if he wants to get ahead.
And here it comes, like we said, it's not too easy to overtake in all parts of the track.
I think he's also being very careful.
Meanwhile, we might see Nicola Lay here on a move on Max. He goes on the outside. Cannot make the move done though. But he's all just same situation between Magzar and Lay as Oscar Williams there southward. And just close, following close, but can't get by.
Yeah, it's open. Can you do anything about it? A bit too far back this time round.
When he locks up. And that cost him dearly. Magzar immediately goes away.
I think right now James is within Oscar's pit stop window, so he's gonna, if the gap stays like this, he's gonna come out ahead of him.
And James is in
Oh,
the
and
pits.
made pits.
Yeah, he's in the pits.
So let's watch that.
will
Let's
be
see where he comes down.
interesting.
Dave Southwood's ahead, and so is Oscar. James is down to 5th, and it worked. Oscar's eyeing it up, and he goes for the move, and he's made it happen. That should have
Very
helped.
clean racing there.
I think James has had some damage because he had like an 8-second pit stop.
Oh dear. That should have helped Christoph Turner, considering he was being somewhat helped by his teammate Dave Southwood.
Indeed, but right now Oscar in clean air again has increased the gap to James May due to James May's repair in the pits.
If it wasn't for that repair, I think we would have seen May in front, but
Yes, definitely, because he had made up. I calculated 3.5 seconds, and he was 2.5 behind before, so he would have come out ahead.
yeah, but the battle's still on, and the race is still on.
Right now, I think I'm gonna start watching Magzar's lap times because he's in clean air, because he's leading right now. Of course, hasn't pit.
Yeah, still not very happy with his tires. Doesn't seem to be happy at all. We see Lay here. Lay is seemed to be quicker because he got up to Magshire again, but he just can't get past.
That is interesting. I think what tires is Lay on? Because Magza is on C,
Both on C4.
both on C4. Magza started on C4. That's
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
weird
so
thing.
Lay just must nurse his tire much more because he seems to be way quicker than Magshire at the moment.
We've seen him have tire issues before, specifically China, where I managed to overtake him due to his tires dropping off much quicker than everyone else's.
Christoph Turner goes fastest with a 135.9.
And Lay getting real close to Magshire now.
Alex the Money's in the points, but is yet to pit.
Fisher is getting closer to Falcon, back of the pack here. We see things forming up here. We have May now close to south as well. And I think we will see him trying to look for the move rather soon, rather than later.
Nicola's got some good slipstream this time round. Can he make it happen? Goes around the inside, tucks it back in.
Goes for the switchback. Oh, but he has a wiggle there. He just can't get the grip he wants.
Can't get that traction. I think that's
Yeah.
it. The rear
Yeah.
tire is starting to go, and also Magza very smartly sort of led him towards the outside, and that happened to sort of hamper his switchback. So that was very, very smart.
And I think for these two, we will just see who blinks first. I think strategy will play down a lot to these two.
Didn't Nick qualify?
Oh,
though?
Nicola's just spun! No! He's done a Vettel!
Just gets out of the way there for Oscar Williams. Oh, that was shame. That was looking out to be such a great battle.
Oscar's on top form though, nothing's going to hold him back. And he's just going to start
Oh,
hunting
don't.
down Paul Magza next.
Don't say that, man.
But something worth mentioning here for Nicola Layla, something we've seen many this season is cracking under pressures. I think we've seen it a fair bit.
No, I think that's a misrepresentation. He's been fairly strong. In China,
I'm not saying
kept me
this.
honest for
This
30 laps.
driver, not this driver specific, but in general in the league, we've seen quite a few mistakes happen when different people being under pressure.
No, I think Nick has been, historically one of the most consistent drivers I've personally seen him spin before.
Again, what I'm saying, Max, here is that different people, not Nick per se, but we've seen quite a few people cracking under pressure in this season so far. Just when we've seen battles start to shape up.
Yeah, but that's a normal thing. I mean, it's these cars they're on edge at all times, and especially in the dirty air, they're quite sensitive. So, one wrong.
As late pits.
Yeah, understandably Lay pits, and so does Paul Magza. Maybe Lay saw that happen, who knows?
Everything playing to Williams' hands. He's just he's had the James May's long pit stop. Now this Magza pitting releases him again into clean air. So.
But May has made up time. He was 2.5 seconds behind before, and now 1.6.
I think Williams. Oscar was saying pre-race he had trouble heating up the C3.
Sorry
so
to go
that
across,
might be-
guys, but there's a battle forming between the DAC drivers. Christoph gets a bit of oversteer, but keeps it together. He's all over the rear. Dave Southwood.
And we know from last race these guys do not have any team orders, so hopefully we'll see a fully fledged battle going on here between Dak Alpine
This was my team.
and Turner on the inside. That seems to be an easy move. Maybe he was let by after all.
Yeah, I think that's a sensible thing to do. I mean, you're trying. They're in a constructors championship fight. These really hard, aggressive fights are unnecessary. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, there's still over 15 laps to go. I say that because I can't count. There's 18 laps to go, and you know there's still plenty of chance for a battle between these two to form again later on.
I think
But-
Dave hasn't pitted, I'm not sure. He's on a different comp,
Exactly.
so maybe that's the reason he let him pass.
As he pits, as we just see him pull into the pits in the distance.
You gotta be sensible, especially around your teammates.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't pitted yet and your teammate has pit, I think there's no reason really to hold him up. I mean, you're not in the same sort of race at that point, at least.
Directors now, Oscar Williams has a 3-second time penalty for opening the arrest.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, that's gonna be interesting.
So yeah, that shapes. Well, that puts everything into a different perspective. James May is
Indeed.
technically in provisional lead. Yeah.
The thing is, if he did close it quick enough, I think he can appeal the 3-second penalty. So we're gonna see. If he had used it for the whole straight, then it's definitely gonna be a.
It'll be a shame if it comes down to this, but it almost feels like Canada 2019 all over again now.
The red car.
The red car ahead. James May also looking to get his first. No, it's not his first win. He won last season, didn't he?
He has one. He has won Brazil.
Yeah, so his first win this season at least. James May, 2 pole positions to his name so far, 1 win in Brazil. Just a shame he's not been able to perform how we expected him to so far this season.
I think, I mean, we've seen a good race for him in Nürburgring. He finished 3rd, I think. Was very strong at the beginning in chasing the leaders. So he's not been underperforming. He's just had some impediments, you know, like the back of grid, just no shows in some races.
So, Maxi, we're both off-time drivers in some sense of the word. Shouldn't one of us maybe go see to Oscar so he's aware that he needs to maybe make more of a 3-second gap?
You see, the thing is, I know that he closes Discord for frame rate issues during
That's
the
fair.
races, so we can't contact him
God.
because I wanted to engineer him this race, but he and James is seriously catching him right now. He's
James
making up
quick
loads.
at this point.
As Nils Fischer's pulled into the pits, guys. Doesn't look like he's coming out either. He's just sitting there. So that's probably the end of his race.
James May within the 1 second DRS gap.
Yep, nothing's stopping James May. His tyres are just into that optimal range at the moment, but is he possibly eating away at them a bit too soon?
I don't know. I mean, I would say if he can't get past within 5 laps, it's going to be trouble in terms of those tires.
One thing I've noticed that Oscar's not been putting any fastest laps in. His last lap was 1:36, so he's technically off the pace.
He's
Probably just conserving.
6/10 slower than James Mays. Interesting.
Personally, you guys have to give me input on this, but maybe he's saving both tires and ERS.
It could be, you know, because maybe he thought, you know, James May is gonna catch me anyway, so why not save everything until we reach the point where we battle.
Yeah.
So
Mario Lynn
there's
pits.
different.
Both battery and tires. Oh, it's Fisher retires there. But yeah, both battery and tires is quite important when it comes to shove. So we might be saying, but it still looks James May just so much quicker now on the rear of Oscar. Oscar will have to do something here. He goes defensive on the inside line. James does look for the outside. They go side by side, very tight, very tight. May is just in front for the next corner, and May takes the lead of the race.
That's heart destroying for all Octown fans out there.
Yeah,
So
We don't like giving up these wins.
May making actually
Ooh.
pretty nice and overtake there, but I don't think we've seen everything yet. Williams is still
I
behind.
think, he's on, James May is on 3-lap fresher tires, I think, so that's also a factor.
Also,
But
James May
it's
is
gonna be
fast.
interesting.
He's fastest in the second sector. Oscar's faster in the third sector. I have not got information on the first sector because it says Matthew Clip did it in 7 seconds. I don't believe that's true.
Second
Maybe he
sector we
has.
have James May as well.
Man, this second monitor is actually really interesting. It tells you like roughly it's going to take 23 minutes until the race finishes.
Oh, that's a good calculation. Interesting.
Yeah. Christoph Turner with the fastest lap so far though, 1:35. He will be hunting down these two as they battle it out. He's probably been informed as well that, about the 3-second time penalty that Oscar has. So Oscar might be
Oscar wiggles a bit.
Oscar might be
But-
fighting to stay on the podium tonight.
Worth
Interestingly-
mentioning, it's all. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Oscar has never experienced dirty air in like this before in an F1 car. He's raced the F3, that's his bread and butter, but he's never raced a hybrid like this before.
Yeah.
And
So
May slowly inching forward, but it's always harder to be the one being changed. Being the guy behind is always just a little bit easier. So the
Yeah.
pressure is on May now.
I mean, we see, James hasn't exactly pulled away at the rate he caught up, so that's an interesting thing. Even though he's in clean air now.
Yeah, we don't-
That's Lego up to 5th, taking the position from Sifran Stoyan there.
James May goes fastest in the last sector this time around, so he's got 2 out of 3 sectors. Still no confirmation on who's fastest in the first.
We have Christoph Turner.
Christoph Turner. Oh, that's nice to know.
Race director to league director, you are taking over my duties now, thanks.
Thank you. So I'm in charge. So James May looks like he corner cut there. Should we remove him for the race? Joke, obviously.
This is very tight between them. Oscar's catching back up now. He's found all this pace all of a sudden.
Well, maybe he had that battery. Now he has DRS as well to keep behind, and it's always easier to be the car behind.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I wouldn't say so actually. Thinking of it, because you're in heavy dirty air. I mean, these cars, they produce so much downforce, especially because we use them with full wing every race.
Thinking mentally though, it's always easier being the car behind. In my opinion, that is.
Yeah. You could say that, but leading a race is fairly stressful, especially because these races they take up quite a lot, 50 minutes an hour. So.
Looking at the times now, though, Oscar Williams will have to speed up because Turner is getting close to that 3-second mark. And if there's a 3-second penalty, it's not going to be fun for Williams.
Oscar was faster that lap though. It's worth that win.
He does his personal best. So interesting how the race is evolving. So
Yeah, and I think we're gonna.
we
We're
have
gonna see a long this chase going on between May and William here for the
but the Turner is coming into the equation as well right now.
Oscar locks up a bit and he immediately loses the contact with May there.
It's just that that's, like I said, it's very heavy, especially around these downforce depending circuits.
He had DRS still from the detection point though, and that helped him back into the DRS times of 1 second. So
341 at the speed trap for Oscar, I think. So that's very high top speed for a track like this.
I was gonna say, the red cars, they focus on low drag, high speed, top speed.
Indeed. We have Alex Demoni right here. He's in the top 10, scoring points for Octane at the moment. So Not a bad race for the red car
Quick,
so far.
quickest lap from Williams again, 135.8. And I didn't see it.
Douglas getting a lot of slipstream there. Very good exit, much better than Alex's, who went offline there. Douglas
And
good on the
Williams and
outside.
May again pulled away from Turner. By almost a second they pulled away now, so
Oscar within 5 tenths now again. So he's regained all the pace.
yeah, but he's gonna have to make the move now because these tires are gonna be suffering, fighting in the dirty air.
Indeed. I wonder if
As the money goes up into the points.
so he's been saying in testing that he's having tire heat up issues. Dirty air increases tire heat. Do you think he's actually getting better, like the tire's working better because of the dirty air? Could that be a like
Yeah,
that's possible. I've had that before in Spa at one point. I can't remember what season, but
Yeah, that's a good point. Because he's staying close now, but
it's difficult. It's difficult to overtake.
and I know these guys. The pressure is just gonna be rising for the two of them now, because the closer you get to.
Yeah, we're 10 laps now. 10 laps left, so 10 laps to see who crosses the line first. We're not gonna know who wins until
300th of a
That they are-
second separates both the top two's previous laps.
Oh, that was today's mistake from Oscar.
Yeah, bit of a wiggle there. Holds
Keeps
on.
it on the track though. I thought. That's my heart race of the race.
this is too much. I can't watch this.
As Van Dijk goes up into 7th, so there is people still overtaking part of the track. But the battle for sure is up here. Now there's 1.5 seconds between May and Williams there, so it's gonna.
He might be, trying to save tires a bit and go for another attack.
Yeah, we'll see. As we said, the race is getting closer and closer to the end now with 10 laps to go. So they're just gonna have to keep that mentality and keep their heads down and keep on driving.
Paul Magzion 4th, but a bit in no man's land. So it looks like he might be settling for that tonight. There's only
If-
10 laps to go. I don't think there's anything going to change in the standings as far as that.
I think that's if it finishes like this for him, he's that's an amazing performance, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
he's especially considering the championship context, he's gonna make points on pretty much everyone except Turner.
yeah, you're right there. Turner, who currently has the fastest lap as well, that'll help him.
Yeah. Looking back in the grid, though, we have Stoyan versus Van Dijk. Van Dijk did overtake Stoyan a while ago, but it seems like Stoyan is coming back at him now.
Van Dijk, known for his controversial overtakes, managed to get past Stoyan carefree.
Interesting that Alex Demoni getting outperformed at the moment by the development driver.
Hey, I think Alex had a bit of a rough start, to be honest, and the fact that he's somewhat come out unscathed, they'll let him off the hook this time. But
I think did he had I think he had a crash, right?
yeah, I think he was caught up in the incident. T1, not even it was before T1.
As Willem now dropping far back, almost down to 2 seconds, and Turner getting close to him again. So Williams will have to keep an eye on in the rearview mirror, because if he has those 3 seconds in penalty, he's getting close to it now.
I mean, it's a shame that James hadn't had this kind of performance, in the first 4 races of the season, because he could be well in the mix for the championship title.
I told you he's had these performances. He just has had some bad luck. I think he had an incident with Magzire at race 1.
Yeah,
He had a BOG penalty for race 2. Race 3, he didn't. Did he show up? I can't remember. I think he did. Nürburgring was race. No, China was race. He didn't. He. What happened then? Wait, no. Bahrain he didn't show up, and China
Stone
showed
goes for a
up.
move. He brakes much later. I think Jan van Dijk has had a bit of an issue in the previous corner and has lost a lot of pace, but Stoyan loses out this time round. Sorry to cut
Oh.
across. Oh!
I just.
Oh,
Jan van
a
Dijk
nice
goes
goal.
off! He gifts Stoyan the position for 7th. This will do great for Porsche.
Janis again, like in that move where Stern was trying to overtake, he was moving on the braking very aggressively into Stern's line. It's not very good for his reputation as a racer.
Jan van Dijk pulls into the pits and that might be him done. I don't think he can recover from this.
Van Dijk not gonna be happy there.
He could possibly still score points though, so I wouldn't because Alex is 20 something seconds behind, so
We'll see.
probably-
Oh,
He's
yeah.
just overtaken him.
Coming out of the pits again now, though. We will see if he will be able to make anything out of this.
I think
this
it,
does about Alex to 9th.
it was an unscheduled pit stop. His pit crew weren't ready by the looks of things.
I think he just missed his pit box.
But now he's on the back of Wolf.
Keep in mind he is on super fresh tires right now, probably C5 those.
He is on C5s now, yeah, so he's gonna push it.
Yeah, so he's gonna be super quick now compared to he's what 6.
But he goes off the track again. He goes wide. So Van Dijk just out of his. He's not where he wants to be. He's not in his comfort zone.
Crystal Turner's spun. He's spun. This helps Oscar Williams. He's having to reverse. He's having to reverse. Is this legal? Is this legal? What is he doing?
It's reversing. He won't be able to get it around on the
Yeah, it's much safer this way.
probably
Yeah.
the safest option to get out of everyone's way there.
Wow, that's one interesting. Now he's into. Is he into the clutches of Michael?
no, he's still got at least
8
5 seconds in.
seconds.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh, but he cuts the track.
And he doesn't. Oh God, what are you doing, Christoph?
Not on the right side of the ball, Christoph,
What's
and
he
he's
doing?
pulling up the track. He's pulling up the track. This is the end.
No, Christoph.
And he's out of days. Aston also pits, and that's
Paul Max's on the podium.
What's he doing? Why did he go off track and retire?
I don't know.
probably had some damage. He must have had some damage. Ooh, as Van Dijk is looking on the inside of Wolf there, but he did not make the move stick.
I don't understand though. Why not stay in the race? Pit, score some points.
I know. This reactionary response from drivers.
Elitist attitude, you know. It's not good.
But talking about what we said, Van Dijk will be back in the points now. After that,
Yeah, you're right there.
Oh, yes,
Far after he
indeed.
started.
Stoyan 6th, he's in the career best position right now.
and Magsire from the back into P3. It's
We've
just
seen
amazing what he does.
Magzai has the record for the only driver who ever won from the pit lane start with 20 people that were in the race, and guess what track it was? Singapore. Impossible.
Sorry to cut you off here, Van Dijk, and now go side by side. And will they be able to get this done? Van Dijk is just having DRS as he pulls off. Oh, as Wolf goes very deep and goes off track there.
He now breaks himself there. Gives the position to Van Dijk. Obviously, Van Dijk's on fresher tyres, so that will help him quite a lot. Probably repaired his car as well.
And this really shows it that you can't give up, because if you just keep pushing, you might get those points, and every point counts. So Van Dijk's gonna be happy that he kept on driving.
What has happened to Alex to the money? He's out of point.
He was in the pits for a while, just a few laps back.
Okay.
Why didn't we sign Stoyan?
He's doing an amazing job on his debut. This is I think this would be his first points finish. So
Yeah.
So what a race this has been, huh?
Yeah, this track definitely suits his driving style, and he's got his elbows out tonight. He's not giving up.
He
Yeah.
does enjoy Valencia quite a lot. He told me, we as I said, we talk quite a lot. Me and Cyprian. So it's one of his street tracks, and generally he just enjoys. He's had a completely clean race, hasn't he? Yeah, I mean he hasn't had
Yeah,
no spins, nothing. Quite
that's
a
that's
solid
that's how it is. Consistency is key.
on these street tracks indeed. At the front, James May has sort of checked out in the lead, built that 3 second gap, and just stayed.
I think the top three are quite comfortable where they are at the moment.
James May has the fastest lap as well, so that'll help him.
Maximize point.
Yep, 26 points there. With just over 8 minutes to go, 6 laps to go, guys.
Anything can still happen. I mean, at the front, something can still
Wolf's had
happen.
an issue. The money. What?
Williams!
Oh,
Williams retired! Williams retired!
No!
No.
Wow, this is
What-
mad.
what?
And Wolf
He
retired.
crashed with. He had an incident with Wolf.
The money's into the points,
Wow.
though.
Oh, no.
What the hell? Oh my god.
That's gonna. So
Oh,
was he
that's-
lapping him or what's going on?
He was lapping Wolf and something happened.
And I can
Oh,
see
he's
Williams not
furious.
gonna be happy about that. He's gonna
He's
be.
gonna be huge.
I thought he had an incident with Alex, but Alex was 8 seconds behind, so it didn't make sense, and then it all sunk in.
So that is a. I don't root for anyone special, but it's my heart sings when I see stuff like this happen.
That's 7 retirements, 8
Truly
retirements tonight.
Yeah, this is almost half of the grid is out.
Paul Magzire is second, guys.
Do we see a retirement from from James now or something?
Yeah,
So
why not?
Max are probably not the way he wants to come into P2, but still probably happy about it.
We'll take it.
I mean, it's that Lewis Hamilton luck, isn't it? He's
Lewis Hamilton starting 4th at Singapore and finishing 1st.
Oh my god! So Oscar just told me that Mathis was spun in the middle of the track on the blind corner and moved into his path as Oscar was gonna.
Why do these drivers not have real-time app? It's not like Wolf was like, he needed to be on the pace, let's be honest. He had 8 seconds over Alex de Money, and it was for 1 point. So
I still don't think we should take any parts here until the steward has had their say.
yeah, all about being unbiased and whatnot. But
Yeah.
it's Vettel at Monza.
Yeah, it's really heartbreaking for Williams. It really is.
Oscar.
Never happy when the back marker is in the way and it cautious you to cross.
So driver of the day, yeah, Paul Magzire.
I think that goes without say.
I don't know. I think Oscar put up a great fight, and it's a shame that it came down to this. But Stoyan is in 5th, man. Stoyan's in 5th.
Wow. What
Mario
a
Lynn's pit. That'll probably might gift the position to Jan van Dijk. Is Mario just going for the fastest lap? See why not?
I'll tell you something though, I'm gonna have a blistering time doing these highlights.
Yeah, which ones do you pick? That's the question. I think James May's pitting. He's got enough of a gap. He's going. Is he just confirming the fastest lap?
fast lap, yeah. I don't think he knows. Ooh. Wait, no. Why is he pitting? That's not
No,
good.
he's going again.
He's got enough of a gap. It's fine.
Yeah, Max is coming out on the start-finish straight now. May has plenty
Even
of
to
space.
just confirm that you've got good enough tires to make it to the end, like I can see why.
Maybe he was feeling uncomfortable on those, you know.
Magzai is only 6 seconds behind him, so one mistake right now, and that's first for
That's
Magzai.
over. Yeah, like that's it. I wouldn't have necessarily done this.
You don't have the uncertainty you have in real life with tires and pit stop here. Pit stops are pretty safe in that sense, so it's just an extra security measure, I think.
Not at China.
No, but I think that was just an extra measure of security himself.
Yeah, I feel about maybe just fast lap, isn't it?
Fastest lap, you have safer tires, which
You don't always know if you have the fast lap. Like depending on what apps you have up on the screen, he might not even know he has the fast lap.
yeah, not only that, you also get that extra grip. With there's fresh tires, you get grip, which makes you less prone to make mistakes.
Indeed.
So it's
Although you know, if any corner cut penalties, anything like that come into play, you know, he's put himself in danger of that right now. I don't.
It's
Yeah,
all nice considering these things, but he's only got like just under 4 minutes of track time left. That's 2 laps.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, you know, any sort of penalties that might or might not happen now because Magzai is so close in terms of a gap could affect the result. Whereas before, with a 30-second gap, not much would have happened.
seeing Williams in the pits though, it just breaks my heart.
It's... Wait, does he? He scores points because he's 10th and he finished 80%. 80%. He completed 8%. 30 laps out of 33.
I don't think he's gonna be happy with any of those points though. I don't think he's
Point
gonna be
5 of
1 point.
No, he doesn't even get that. He gets half a point.
Oh,
Yeah, because there's 1 point and how it works.
it's the first time we've had that in Round League.
Yeah, it's quite exciting. I'm so glad Octan gets
That
to experience
Octan
this.
gets instead of 25. Fuck's sake. Oh, I'm sorry.
Language.
I'm
Sorry for that, viewers, listeners.
really sorry. Sorry, Jack's mom.
Looking at it now, though, I think May is putting in some real fast lap times.
Yeah, he's comfortable.
Yeah,
He's comfortable. I don't think he's even trying too hard to set
He's
those.
gone fastest in the second sector.
It's gonna be a 34.
And here we go. What time will he make? 134.2.
Yeah, no one's beating that. What was his
So-
point lap? I think it might be even better.
30. No, I think it was 33. Yeah, 33. Can't remember what.
Coming out to the final lap
Oh, yeah.
now, though. It's been a crazy race that's now come down, but what a race we've had tonight.
Sort of settled down these last laps. No real gaps. No real close battles at the end.
But I mean, all from the red flag and restart in the start to crashes, people spinning out, taking
Everything.
out back.
We have 9 finishes. 9 finishes out of 18. 11 retirement.
That's the biggest one yet, surely.
No, we've had. Can't remember what race. I think it was Singapore, where like 8 people out of 20.
Yeah, it's a race that while it's been good, I think it leaves a little bit of a bitter taste in quite a few people's mouths here.
And a sweet one if you like that. Some Guinness tonight.
Mike Sire, who's just had a great race. May as well, who is, I believe, coming up to the start-finish straight now. Here comes James May to cross by the checkered flag to win the race.
First win of the season.
Yeah.
Great job. Calm drive. He was in the lead for before Oscar's retirement.
You
So-
can't fault him for that. He's done really well.
He's done very well. His overtaking was very good. Strategy was very good. Everything just Very, very good drive.
Big applause
Amazing drive.
to Max there as well.
Yeah, of course, he's.
What a race that was.
I think their team boss is gonna be quite happy at BM. I mean, even when all odds against him, he still manages to finish second.
Nicola Lay though coming third. That's really good as well.
Another podium, second podium of his career in Trout League. He's been in Trout League for a long time, and only China opened his podium scoring account. And yeah, second podium of his career here. So
Wow.
great job from him.
Yeah, well, I don't think anyone would have predicted that result. Maybe James May coming out on top, but regardless.
But yeah, Max Zaya and wow, that's Stoyan in fifth. I gotta wait. Gotta applaud that.
I don't even know what you were clapping then.
My hands.
Oh, fair enough. Didn't sounded very limp.
Sounds probably sounds weird through the mic probably. But yeah, Stoyan his career best and his first points of the season, 10 points on the board for Octan Porsche in their first race. So that's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for everyone else. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy
Yeah,
for everyone.
I mean, some people have had their best races, you know.
Yeah.
So at the same time, we gotta be happy for them. You know,
No,
of course, it's a shame that Oscar didn't finish. It's gutting, you know, for me especially, being a Octane driver. You know.
yeah, I mean, you can't fault James May. He just, did what he had to do. Just made those tires work, and yeah.
What you guys say? We have Wolf lining up for an interview.
Yeah, so
Yes.
let's just quickly go over the race result. So yeah, we had James May in first, and then you have Paul Magzine in second, sorry, and then Nicola Lay in third. I mean, yeah, nothing else to say really. I just really wanted to show off these drive avatars, but yeah, let's go to the interviews, eh? Guessing I've got to be the one to get him in here. Hello, Wolf. Care to explain what happened?
In the fast right-hand turn, what felt like a blown tire, couldn't steer. Then got on the AstroTurf and just spun around, collected someone, and then the car took off with its own inertia into the path of Oscar. So yeah, first off, my most sincere apology to Oscar. He was doing a great race from what I saw.
Yeah, I mean, these things happen, unfortunately. I mean, nothing more you can do. But other than that, I mean, it was a pretty crazy race considering you managing to hold on to a point until the end.
Yeah, I was catching P9 in the very last last laps.
Yeah, I mean, you were holding off Alex de Money, who was roughly 8 seconds behind you. Just, I mean, I can't put myself in your position. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible as a Octane team owner. But do you not have like an app that tells you how far people are ahead of you and behind you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I think this is a conversation.
All right. Well.
Wolf, I think overall, good job on what you did. Sadly, everyone makes mistakes and it happens. So I think Oscar is gonna appreciate your apology, and on to the next one, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you at the next race, at least. Yeah. Nice one, Wolf.
Have a good one.
Let's get Cyprian Stoyan in here. Cyprian, great race, man. P5. Well done, man.
Oh, thank you. I have to say a few words, even I'm still shaking after this race. I love this track, and I know I was gonna do something good here. I don't expect P5, but under 10 I was expecting here. In Baku, I think podium.
Imagine.
I must thank you, Octan, for giving me this opportunity to work together.
Oh yeah, it's
course,
an
man.
honor. I'm so glad to see you pull through like that. We signed
don't
the
know
wrong
if-
driver.
No, I'm happy for this. I don't know if I can bring some results next races because I have some problems with the car, but I will do my best till the end of the season.
So now it's time for that Romanian plumlicker, Suico. Is the Suico better?
Oh yes, I have plenty.
And yeah, plenty of beer around.
And some brandy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be celebrations tonight, huh?
I don't think so.
Not yet. Not yet.
Wait, I gotta get a beer off my fridge. I gotta celebrate this, man.
I will wait Max to come.
I gave this guy so much coaching, man, to see.
Yes, true. Max coached me from the first race for me here in hybrid. Now, 2 seasons ago, and it's a great coach.
Well,
But I listened very careful what he say. It's not important to be a great coach if you are not a good student.
yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Upping yourself up, man. I like that. I love it.
Wise words.
Wise word.
Okay.
You are the goal. You
very
are the goal.
Well
Thank
done,
you
man.
very much, and thank you for all these people who make this all again.
Thank you, man. I can hear the adrenaline in your voice.
This is the best team interview ever.
Well done, man.
Thank you.
Should we get Jan van Dijk in here? I don't think he's waiting for an interview, but
No, he's not.
I think that's pretty much it for people who've wanted to do interviews. I mean, we've had a lot of disappointments, a lot of happiness from some sides. So great race
It's
to
been-
watch.
Been
Gutting for us all.
a race where everything happened.
Yeah, I
everything
mean,
that you didn't
we
want to
get
happen.
we get stuff like this. You know, it
People
happens.
we
There's one race in the season like this. It's just crazy.
the people we did not expect to finish in the top did, and the people we expected to finish higher up did not. So that's crashes and overtakes and everything. Been what a night.
Yeah, I mean, I'm speechless. I mean, Oscar, he. There was highs and there was lows in one race for him. Like, oh god, it was just too much to take. The fact that we had our first pole position at that time and could have converted that into at least another podium, and yeah,
Well, I think all you gotta do is
get good.
well,
yeah.
rise again and come back stronger next time around.
Yeah, wise words.
He's gonna come back. He's gonna come back.
Just to prove people wrong more than anything. I think he's got a chip on his shoulder because he's like such a talented driver, but he's got nothing, no accolades to his name. Considering he's had 3 races in the hybrid series, is it? I want to say 3.
1, and he did 5 laps of it.
No. So there's Singapore, then there was Bahrain, and then this
yeah.
one.
Yeah,
And
so third race.
Yeah, I don't think he's actually scored points yet.
No, not in the hybrids. He's had plenty of wins in the F3 series, but nothing in the hybrid yet.
Well, we'll leave plenty of speculation for the community to do over the next 2 weeks. In 2 weeks' time, when is that? That is the 28th of September, I believe. We will be racing at, drum roll, let me just find out.
Baku.
No, we're Japan. We're at Japan.
Yeah, Japan.
Are we?
Yeah, so
Yep.
we're at Suzuka.
Good hunting ground.
Yeah, another very technical track. A lot of
Very
people-
high downforce.
A lot of people love it. A lot of people hate it. It's understandable.
A nice track to look at, but not a nice track to drive, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right there. As that figure of 8. Anyway, I'm waffling on. We've had a good night tonight, haven't we, guys?
Oh, we definitely did.
I really like this kind of trio commentary thing. We should try and get at least, when Maxi's driving, find someone else to fill his boots.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, another extra.
But yeah, I've been Kilgore.
I've been Martin.
I've been
You just cut out. Say it again, Maxi.
Maxi.
And we've been the commentators, and we've been watching the Formula Trout League Hybrid Series, partnered with the Vermin Formula Experience. It's a prize we're offering to the champion of this current Hybrid Series. Be within a chance of experiencing a test drive in a real-life Formula Renault. So if you like the sounds of that, then come participate. However, it's looking very much in Paul Magsire's favour this season. But hey, if you want to prove him wrong, you know where we're at. Anyway, have a good night, guys, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time at Suzuka. See ya.
Bye.